Welcome back, friends. I'm on a roll. I'm going to try and keep up the momentum on recording videos, at least. It's been a little up and down on the win percentage, but we get another Scandi. Okay, so opponent from Georgia. We're going to convert this. We're going to transpose this into a Blackmar Diemer. And this is very similar to the game I played just the other day. I think it behooves me to take and allow the queen trade and take with my knight this time instead of the king. I took with the king last time, now I'm taking with the knight. And I think my piece is easier to defend. Okay, and now he's defending his. Okay, so I no longer need to defend. So how about we just drop back? And we guard both squares. We guard all the knight squares. And okay, if I castle, he takes and I take, and my king is a bit weak, so perhaps I defend the knight with the knight and then I castle. He can attack my pawn, and I don't see a good defense. Maybe I defend this way and allow him to take. And I take back, and he takes. That loses me a pawn, but it does open up a bit king side. Maybe I just take the pawn. I think that's reasonable. Just take the pawn. Even material. I can get a tempo on the knight. I gain a tempo on the knight, and he attacks my bishop. And where does my bishop go? Back? Probably just back. Unless the knight comes over here, and then I come back. I don't know where I go. Let's go ahead and gain the tempo at least. Okay. Gonna come back here and then kick the knight and ask him where the knight's going. Playing a dangerous game, leaving his king in the middle. But I can see maybe he doesn't want to castle kingside either because my pawns are going to be rolling and I'm going to have a nice kingside attack going. So, you know what I do if I'm black? Maybe trade material. I don't see a good way to do that either, though. Push b6 and look at getting the bishop out this direction. Bishop looks well placed on the long diagonal. If he goes here, then I just kick the knight, and he's got to go back one direction or another. If he comes to f6, I take and open his pawn structure up. And then think about pushing this at the right moment to kick the knight so my bishop can come in. Hmm. I don't know what Black's plan is. Mine is a kingside attack on. Okay. He opens up his kingside with f5. Seems risky. I can counterattack, ask him where he's going to put his knight. If he takes, I take, and I've got doubled pawns, but he has an isolated king pawn that might be an easy target. If I move, where would I move to? I mean, if I move, I'm allowing this square. He can trade he can trade bishops, and then his knight can come in here and fork. So I am tempted to just counterattack and ask him what he's going to do with this knight. And of course, if he retreats, then I suppose I am forced to move my knight. Then I could come backwards, or even come to g3 and attack the pawn. I'm going to counterattack and see what he wants to do. Because if takes, he's still got the bishop trade that he could force, but he no longer has the knight threatening to come in here and fork pieces. So I think this favors white if he trades. Okay, he retreats. He doesn't want to trade. And come back. Pawn's defended. If I come forward, am I really threatening to take? I don't think I really am, but I'd really like this knight to be able to come this direction to free up my light square bishop. I want my light square bishop out, and I don't want to have to develop it here and get traded and mess up my kingside structure. I can come here, so all is not lost, but this pawn would be undefended. 12 minutes. Um, hmm. So what if I just bring the knight back here and then perhaps, I reposition towards the middle. My attack's kingside. I suppose I want to keep this pawn open so that I can push. So, and then I suppose lastly, this is an option as well, with the idea of coming to c4 and then e5. E5 looks like a wonderful place for that. A wonderful place for that night. So let's come back and see if he wants to trade the bishop for the knight. And I've got two routes that I can get here. So his knight can come in and challenge me. He may want to develop the bishop here in castle queenside. I think that's probably a better option for white or for black. So he's going to challenge this pawn. Okay. I can just fortify it. And now I've got this bishop development here. And my attack can easily just change direction. Got both bishops aimed this direction. I could pick up that A pawn, but then my bishop gets trapped. And without a queen to get in on those light squares, my dark square bishop is going to be useless. So that's just bait. So how about I come here and threaten the dark square bishop? Oh no. Let's see. What does this do? I just skewered my knights. I suppose there I have to defend. That doesn't look good. Oh, maybe I defend with the bishop here. Yeah. Yeah, that holds. That looks okay. Or no, it doesn't even matter because I take the dark square bishop with check, and I have plenty of time to move my piece. He's going to give me the bishop. If I want the bishop, I can have the bishop. But he's going to recapture with a knight and try to plant his knight here, which is a good outpost for him. Hmm. So, ideas. Develop my other knight. Offer a trade. He takes, I take back with the bishop. Threaten the G pawn. I don't really want to keep trading pieces. Does this really offer me anything? What about knight c3 followed by knight uh, d5? That seems okay. Let's go knight c3. Just shift directions and start aiming over here queenside now that we're castled queenside. So I've got lots of control over here. Um, and my rook. my rook on the d file as well. I want to lift this bishop and get the other rook in play at the right moment. But now I think I continue to maneuver maybe my knights, bring the knight up. And with the knight here, I might be threatening this. Am I threatening to take here? And then if he tries to trap my bishop, um, my other bishop were here, I'd be threatening a mate, so he wouldn't be able to trap it. Okay. He's gonna he's gonna take some time to attack over here on queen side, on king side. Um, what if I take? If I take and he takes back, with this pawn, I win a central pawn. So he takes, and I take with the rook. If he takes with this knight, he's opening up this square for my bishop. So I get a chance to develop the bishop with tempo and then get my rook out. So I think it makes sense to take. And I have an isolated pawn to work against. It can be my second weak. Well, it's my first weakness right now to work with, but maybe I can get a second weakness to overload black's pieces. Principle of two weaknesses. If you have one weakness, generally want to create a second so that black can't defend everything. I'm down to 8 minutes. Opponent is approaching the 11-minute mark. Oh, yeah, I was hanging that pawn, wasn't I? I didn't really calculate that very well. So that was a hanging pawn. Can I push this pawn to defend? He challenges it, and then I push and attack the knight. Seems reasonable. I'm gonna have this guy up here all lonely. Although after I push there, I can push here, and I can have a connected passer. And this one will be hard to knock out. He has this passer. Okay. He's going to challenge my light square bishop. So I'll challenge his knight. Where is he coming with that? Doesn't really have a good square yet. So no, I can't. I can challenge his knight, but he can take it. I take back. And then what? I can't just come up once, which I think is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to I'm just gonna push bishop up once. Now he's looking at trading rooks and a hanging knight. So trade rooks and then come where? Here or back? Come back and challenge the pawn. Do I want to trade a set of rooks first? I probably do, because if I don't, he takes, and then my king is out here in the middle. He gets the tempo back anyway. I think I trade rooks first. And then I come back and challenge the pawn. Fox is in my dark square bishop. Not a huge fan of that. Now if I attack the knight, he just comes back. And I push again. He takes, I take, and he comes back to take the pawn. Then I have a rook loose. My other option is to bring the knight back again to protect the pawn. That's a lot of defense. There's a lot of defense. Otherwise, yeah, I could get pinned here as well. I'm going to bring it back. If he wants to check me, I will take the bishop. If he wants to bring the knight back, I'm not obligated to do anything because my knight is protected. The bishop has this square. The knight has this square. King's guarding here. Pawn's guarding here. Bishop's got here. Knight and bishop here. So his rook's only going to come this far. Um, he could anchor this bishop, but that really fences off a piece. So he challenges the bishop. He challenges my light square bishop. I can come up, keep it safe. Um, which I think is pretty reasonable. Bishop h5, knight f4, knight takes, bishop takes check, and I've got to tuck my king away in the corner. Hmm. I mean, this is a safe square as well, and so is this. If I come off this, either way though, bishop here, knight could take, so that's safe still. I think I'm inclined to come back so that I can push this. And now my bishop is positioned here, so maybe at the right moment I can take this pawn if he blocks this square. So the king can't run. All right, so he wants to trade pieces. So I'll oblige and I'll get checked and I'll have to run. And then he's going to come here with the rook.
But then I feel guilty throwing it away when it comes with the kid.
But as soon as I get the dark square bishop off the back rank, my rook covers the back rank and I'll be good. Knight protects the bishop. Maybe he comes here and threatens the knight. Hmm. What happens then? I'm down to 3 minutes and 35 seconds. He threatens the knight and I reposition. Okay, he doesn't. He's going to want to check me and drag me further. Hmm. We come here and just stop any attempts at the rook coming in at all. And I've got the corner still. He has no good discoveries. Well, he has nowhere good to put the knight. I think I will come here, challenge the bishop, challenge the pawns, tie this bishop down to defending. And he can check me, but what does that accomplish? 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Would love to just snipe this pawn, but I can't do it unless he boxes his king in and moves this knight. The knight's blocking my coup de grace. So I guess I just do a simple, get the bishop off the back rank type of move. Or maybe I come all the way up here to c5 and threaten to come into e7 and anchor this bishop here. Hmm. Well, you're sliding a bit on my stand here. I might, I don't know. I feel like I'm still playing for the win with this weakness. These two weaknesses here. If I can pick off a pawn, I'm in really good shape. And it's not clear how Black is going to keep things defended. If he comes here to check me, I go to the corner. He can jump to f4, f3, and attack the bishop and the pawn. But then I just lift the bishop and protect the pawn. Oh, well, the rook's protecting it, so not of great concern, I guess. Um, that's a pretty good move. He's X-raying this pawn here through my knight. So do I take the knight to protect the pawn? Do I let him have the knight and ruin my own structure? Hmm. Good questions. Um, First idea is bishop here, just to get that rook some more scope and get the bishop working a bit harder. If I move the bishop out to c5 and he takes and I take, um, he's got the move. It's light square bishop versus light square bishop. It's a minute 20. I gotta move fast. I'm gonna give him the I'm gonna give him the knight if he wants it. And I'll remove the take back because I'm not going down a piece if he does take it. And I'm down on time. Precious, precious time. Opponent's at 6 minutes and I have just under 1.5. If he does all this, if he takes, so if he takes, I take back and he does something. Attacks me, I attack his rook. He attacks me back. I settle in right here. It's going to be very difficult for him to stop me from just winning this pawn because I've got the light square bishop and I'll have the rook both attacking it. He'll only have the light square bishop. My bishop will block the rook from protecting behind, but maybe he can protect laterally. But that just looks awful for the rook to have to do that. Then I've got ideas of rolling pawns over here. And at some point I feel like I pick this pawn off. I think he's really thinking hard about taking this. Because I would be. It's an opportunity to weaken my structure. Um, he's always got this check as well. That doesn't seem to hold as much weight now. I mean, I could even come towards the center because he's moved his bishop, but he has taken. I'm going to take back, and he's going to threaten. He's going to threaten my bishop. Can't say that I blame him. Cannot say that I lay him. So what do I do with my bishop? I come back, I get attacked, then what? And then what? I am under a minute. I don't think I can afford to give up that bishop. I'm not going to give up that bishop. Maybe he's got this pawn rolling now, though. I defend the bishop. I do defend the bishop. And he rolls the pawn. Then I have a discovered attack on two hanging pieces. Seems scary. I move, and then what? He pushes the pawn, and I move, and he pushes the pawn again, and I take, and he pushes the pawn again. I just sack the bishop for it. He takes back, and I win another piece, so none of that works. I get two pieces. So I move. So he pushes, I move. Okay. He's going to. Okay, let's not think too much about it. Let's attack the knight. Ah, that's a good move. That is a good move. Um, so I guess it's back on defense. Yes. No, maybe. I don't know. I think I have to do it with the bishop because these pawns are going to hang. Otherwise, if I move the rook over here, he's just going to slide his rook over and win pawns. And I need to be able to push this pawn to save it. I'm down to 26 seconds, so I've got to move quickly. Now he's got this where I can just take it and he can challenge me here. I think I'm okay there. He's going to try and bring his knight in. He tries to attack the other one. I can defend it with the dark square bishop. Okay, I'll move the dark square bishop there anyway. And see what he wants to do with this knight. probably come in and trade. And then what? I just fortify my position here. Okay, that's defended. Um, hmm. Get a check in here, and I could make things awful dangerous. He gets a check in first, and I attack his knight. He takes with the knight and attacks my rook. I check. Here, I think I just blundered, but okay. I'm gonna check to get the loose pieces off, and and then I think I need to lift the king. Check. So back here, this bishop was hanging, but I was at risk of like some sort of discovery here, and I don't know if there was a good move. I can't recall, and I think. Oh wait, no. My rook was under attack, so I had to move my rook. No blunder. No blunder. Okay. At least I don't think so. You can check me again. I'm threatening to win this pawn and have two passers over here that are very close and very dangerous to achieving their main objective. Maybe running. Take pushes, takes, pushes again, and then what? That could be dangerous. Pushes. Oh, I think he had something here until my king got too close. He's got to move 4 times to get his queen, and I've just got two. So that's going to be a check, though. That blocks the rook, and I get to take the pawn. I got to be careful about his pawn. Just going to queen. And push this pawn and guard the queening square. Nothing black can do. Just remove the defender and it's easy win. Easy win at this point. And opponent knows it. Good game. Whew, I had to work for that one. Um, looks like forced to mate in 17. Looks like I finished that off well. Um, I always enjoy playing a nice end game because it's a struggle for me. I have not historically played well in the end game. Looks like I've given up advantage a couple times in the game, blundered away a very strong advantage. Um, played it like a 2050. Opponent played like a 1750. And uh, no brilliancies, but 3 great moves. A few misses. Um, so we go into the Blackmar Diemer. Opponent decides to give back the material immediately. Well, yeah, give back the material because I'm down a pawn right here. And trade queens. And taking with the knight is best. And I think I enjoy comfortable advantage most of the game. Um, I do give blacks a slight edge later on, but it doesn't appear to be. Oh, yeah, full pawn. I'm a full pawn down at some point positionally. Good move. Also queen side. I should have maybe kicked the bishop first. Makes sense. Figure out what he's going to do with this. That was a miss. I did look at that. Why did I not do that? Why did I not do this? So if he takes the pawn, I win the bishop. He's got to decide what he's going to do with this bishop. Maybe he just comes back here, and that would be a blunder. A blunder because of takes, and then this is hanging. So the bishop coming out, and I can have the bishop if I want it. Makes sense. I like that. I like that position pretty good. Takes, 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 and um, then I'm just attacking the pawn again. Yeah. So back to knight takes. That's a mistake or a miss on my part. And I'm not disappointed though. I still have a nice advantage. The bishop back was the best move. Good. Satisfied with my evaluation of the game so far. take the knight. That was also the best move, was to challenge to counterattack. And again, looking at counterattack would have been good. Okay, that's interesting. Why here? Why sacrifice the pawn? Um, what happens? Okay, here I would just take the bishop with check and then win the piece. So if the bishop captures first, I capture back and I get the bishop pair. And his knights are looking pretty uncoordinated. Okay, I'm down a pawn, but his king's in the middle and things look okay. So I can get on board with that. Where am I at on the game? Bishop. Yeah, there we go. And it wanted me to take. And I mean, I eyed this for a long time, but what here? What here? I know that he's not coming in because my bishop's here, but this bishop is now trapped and it feels so useless. I have a 1.4 edge, and that's all immaterial. Um, most of it's immaterial. I don't like my chances of trying to navigate out of this. Maybe, I don't know. Knight here does threaten to take the bishop, and then this would be undefended. Um, but that's not even the best move. Wants me to come in here. So this is the best move. And hmm, okay. I mean, he can't get to the bishop, but that piece just doesn't seem to be, I don't know. Uh, Misevaluation on my part here. I got scared off by having a trapped piece. A miss again. I should have taken the pawn. I did feel a little dicey here. I thought Black was coming up with some good moves to untangle. Um, and I start coming backwards. And this is where I give him a little edge. I give him more later, but I should have evaluated this better. I knew that coming backwards meant that I was giving up my edge. Okay, so we're at a dead equal position here, basically. And coming up is Black's going to make a big blunder, and I'm going to miss it. This was his blunder, and I missed it. I have a 3.4 edge here, meaning basically a piece. And where is it? Maybe just attacking the bishop first? Hmm. No, that doesn't seem right. Oh, attack the rook. The rook. The rook. The rook is trapped. I'm gonna win the exchange. Ah, well, I got a little tunnel vision. looking at these skewered pieces and was pretty set, predetermined to go for a discovered attack, and I missed the fact that he trapped his own rook. Okay. So if I come here, he doesn't have any way to save that. Tries to defend it, I take, he takes, and I win the rook. All right. So I have missed a chance there. I missed a chance and gave him an edge. And that was a very good like repositioning of his bishop. I will give him that. And I'm kind of tripping over my pieces in time pressure. That was a great move. Blunderous move. Can I have an edge? That was the move. Coming back. Here's a miss. I shouldn't have missed. I should have checked him again. Hmm. That doesn't seem very reasonable. You just come back. Hmm. And we're back to an equal position again. I should have pushed my pawn and allowed him the opportunity for the discovered. Check. Okay, makes sense. Like the knight wasn't going anywhere too dangerous. And from here on out, I am absolutely winning. Whew. Well, not the most accurate game I've ever played, but a solid game. I'm not too displeased. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave any comments if you found other moves that I missed. If you had other ideas that I missed, please let me know. I am doing this to try and improve myself, so all your thoughts are welcome. Uh, yeah, I enjoyed it. Come back and watch some more chess.